Alright, hello everyone, JP the Third, VMsNow.com, and we are back with more Fault Silence the Pedant from Alice in Dissonance Project Written and Sekai Project. Day 3, as promised, dropped during Anime Expo this past weekend. I do not know if there will be a day 4 or 5, this may well be it. The last time I said that, we got surprised with a day 2. But if this is it, I just want to thank you very much before we even start for supporting the series. A lot of people really love the Fault Milestone games, and I understand why. I've been critical myself, but this demo has really impressed me a great deal, and it's given me a lot of hope for the full game. So let's see how day 3 goes, and hopefully it will continue to be a solid demo. I wonder if she's awake yet. Eureka! I almost broke my own voice. She must have been up all night doing something crazy again. Hey, Ritona, it's me. Open up. Flora! Flora? It's one of those. Yeah! What? Don't scare me like that. Wait, what are you even doing here? What am I? I have a message for you. Aha! This is perfect timing. Come in, just for a bit. What? Wait a minute, what are you even... Ah, don't drag me in. Wait, what are you even up to? I need an explanation, damn it. Just explaining it to you won't be any fun. Wait there for a minute. Huh? Wait, where are you going? Will you just tell me what's going on? Ow! I forgot something in my room. Be right back. Why is she so excited? Ritona may have finally gone insane. Huh? It kind of feels like someone is creeping up on... Boo! Ah! Ow! Why do you have to hit me? Anyone would be scared if you just appeared out of thin air like that. What are you, a ghost? But it's just part of the act, you know. I was going for something with impact. Goodness, I nearly started this morning with a heart attack. Why would you even do that? My heart's pounding like crazy. And my cheeks are stinging like crazy. Thanks to you instantly double slapping me. Where did you even come from anyway? Did you pull another all-nighter developing some weird craft again? Don't call it weird, it's not. Watch. Okay, that's actually kind of impressive. No way. What did you just do? When layered in a certain way, glass can actually bend light. So if I take advantage of that, I can make it so that light from any direction will pass through without touching me. It's taken months to tweak, but now I've finally figured it out. Is it awesome or what? You waste too much time on silly things like this. You've got some serious eye bags. Did you really not sleep at all? No, I've got some gaps in my memory, so I'm guessing I napped at some point. But that is the sacrifice you have to make in order to turn invisible. If you have gaps in your memory, doesn't that mean you passed out? That's not a good thing. Well, I forget about everything else once I'm in the zone. When I looked up, the sun was already out. You know, you should really stop doing this, alright? It'll really be the end of you. That aside, remind me what you were here for. Ritona has gone full on batshit crazy mad scientist, and I love it. Ah, right. A summons came, Ritona. A summons? For me? Yes. To Rughzenhaide Castle? Yep, from King Valla himself. My mother asked me this morning to let you know. I see. What for? I don't know. I didn't really hear any of the details. Maybe they're going to give you an earful about the whole Guardian thing. That would be a problem. Maybe I'll just ignore it. Are you an imbecile? There's absolutely, positively no way you're ignoring a summons from the king. If you so much as try, I'll beat you senseless and drag you there myself. I'm kidding. Kidding. No need to get so worked up. Just saying. Whatever. Hurry up and get your face washed. There's no way I'll let you head for the castle looking like such a mess. Alright, relax. Hurry up and put on your uniform. I'll get breakfast ready and call Adia over. Come on. I'm so damn sleepy right now and I have to go to the castle. I turn off my brain and go through my morning routine. I was going to get some sleep after this. Still, an idle thought crossed my mind. What if Flora had just gone home instead? Then I go to sleep and ignore King Valla's summons. What would happen? It's pretty rare for you two to be out and about together this early in the day. Ritona is just such a slob. Get off my back. But Ritona technically count as an otaku? I mean, because otaku isn't just an anime thing, it's obsession. Like, I think it's a Japanese word for obsession. So, wouldn't her obsession with her craft make her an otaku? Somebody get back to me on that. Can you believe this, Adia? She was seriously thinking about ignoring a summons from King Valla. That is rather alarming. Hey! Will you stop talking about it already? I told you already, it was a joke. What do you do if Adia resents me for this? I'd rather keep what friends I have. I wouldn't resent you over something like this. That's right. Adia is a good, respectable person, and she has the right to know. No. How does that work? Alright. Hurry up, let's get to the castle. Yeah, every place out is blacked out. Oh, my house is right there. Why are we... Okay. I guess we couldn't just walk there. We had to take the riverway. But still. You know what? I will try clicking on this another time. I still have to do a second egg video. The glory of the castle. It actually does look rather good. Oh, Ritona. How does it look like she hasn't aged? Well, technically she hasn't aged at all. Never mind. Miss Millie. I stand at attention at a reflex. Could you go ahead? Huh? But what about the prep for lunch later? Don't worry, I've made sure that we'll finish on time. Please go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Hey, come on. Huh? Okay. Are they apprentices? I've never seen them before. Yes, they began their training only just recently. I told them to relax, but I suppose that's not going to happen in just their first month. Well, training in a kitchen such as yours... training in such a kitchen as yours, Miss Millie. I'm sure I'd be nervous too. Oh no, you too, Ritona? Am I really that scary? No, of course not. Not at all. It's been quite some time since I last saw you here in the castle, Ritona. What are you here for? I've been summoned by King Valla. Oh, King Valla? What's wrong? I see. So it's already time, is it? Time? No, it's nothing. No, I need to know this. Are we about to go on a human sacrifice or something? What's going on? Anyway, I need to start getting to the prep work now. See you later. Ah, yes, likewise. And as always, come to the dining hall for a meal sometime. You're welcome anytime. I'm honored, Miss Millie, as if I could just waltz into the grand kitchen for lunch. Anyway, Visario. Yes, it's the Visario. Millie Bland, the head chef of Rughzenheide's grand kitchen. Although she's just about the nicest person you'll meet. The training regimen in her kitchen is said to be hell. Or so I hear, at least. I've never seen it myself, but they say she's a demon who rules the kitchen with a smile. I do rarely catch a glimpse of a rather intense aura. Let me try that sentence again. I do rarely catch a glimpse of a rather intense aura emanating from her. Maybe she's the type who gets scary when angry. Rain Vasta. A familiar voice calls out to me from behind, stopping me in my tracks. Whoa! Who are you now? Is something wrong? You seem surprised. Anze, excuse me. Anze Serenhide. Oh, it's Flora's mother. Flora's mother, as well as both Rughzenheide's Secretary of Defense and the chairman of the Serenhide Council. She's also Miss Laura's superior and reports directly to the director of cloaks and is also serving in my grandfather's old position as King Valla's royal guardian. Oh. I'm thinking that's the most important part of this stream of information. Rainvasta. Has it been so long that you've already forgotten? It's not Anze when we're at the castle. Oh, my apologies, Miss Sandhide. I've heard the gifts things from Flora. I hear you haven't been eating anything but eggs and strawberries. Not Flora. She just had to. I know you've always been rather eccentric. I know you've always been a rather eccentric girl, but to combine the two foods is absolutely unthinkable. I wasn't eating them together, so it's not exactly a combination. I should try it out sometime. Huh? Eggs and strawberries. If you think about it, cakes and other pastries combine the two foods as well. Perhaps the two foods compare surprisingly well together. So, I shall try it out. In any case, you arrived quite early today. Yes, well, I can't possibly arrive late to a summons by King Valla. Splendid. Well then, it's a little early, but shall we go? Could I at least ask what this is about? This is making me really nervous. It has nothing to do with being a guardian, so please don't worry about that. It's actually... No, I think you have to hear it from King Valla himself. Let's go then. Please follow me. So, this is essentially the Prime Minister of the Kingdom. Unless there's another one I'm not familiar with. But if I'm right and I'm reading it correctly, because Prime Minister governments are named after the head of the government. So in Britain, it would be the May Ministry, not the government of Great Britain. So she actually has a fair bit of power. How long has it been since I've entered the throne room? Suddenly so long ago that I can't even remember anymore. Nice. I really like the camera effects. Nah, long time no see, Ritona. It certainly has been, Your Majesty. No need to be so stiff. Relax, relax. I just don't know how to deal with him. Really though, I'm glad you came. I was a little worried that you might have just snubbed me instead. At first glance, you wouldn't even think he was a king. He speaks with such a relaxed tone of voice, like a friend, with a personality to match. Yet, not at all. I don't have the audacity to ignore someone from the king himself. I see. You have a point. What is this pressure I'm feeling? Really, my bad for dragging you here in... Really, my bad for dragging you in here out of the blue. Nothing to apologize for at all, Your Majesty. What would you have of me today? Even though King Valla is speaking to me so casually. Oh, you want to just skip the small talk and get down to business? He always has a mysterious, almost oppressive aura about him. Well, he is the king. I'd imagine he'd be immensely powerful, even though he's a dork. But, you know. Majesty, presence, those words come to mind. I'm not so familiar with the world at large to be able to hold such a conversation, since I've been keeping to myself lately. How's your glasswork turning out? I'm just so amazed that you've learned to create such complex works purely through self-study. Really, Ritona, you're blessed with such a talent for craft. Not once have I thought of myself as particularly excellent. More importantly, what would you happen to need of me? Oh right, sorry. I know you're really busy. Not at all. There's that grief poking its ugly head again. You see, I have something to deal with that involves me having to leave the castle for a while. Sorry? You yourself, Your Majesty? That's right. So... There's no reason for the king to go out of his way to tell me that he'll be gone. So, out of the country, you mean? Yep. And it looks like it'll be for quite some time. If I may ask, where will you be going, Your Majesty? To Sheshkarlan. Your Majesty, you'll be going in person to North Sheshkarlan? That I will. Surely you just... North Chef is still highly volatile in a state of unrest. Ever since South Shek surrendered to the Union, there's been a constant threat of a war breaking out. And that's exactly why I need to go there. Apparently, Fosterrock King is also sending his guardian over as a diplomat. And of course, Anze and some fellows from the Knights will be coming with me as well. Do you want a repeat of what happened to my grandfather? Maybe I should fill you in on how things are going there. Your Majesty. It's fine, Anze. Ritona ought to know at least this much. But we can't discuss the details of this without consent from the Knights. I'll just get an earful from them later then, okay? Goodness, I'm technically a member of the Knights too. They're going to get mad at me too. And regardless, everyone's still on edge about this whole issue. Then I guess we're in this together. I swear. Anyway, let's get down to business. To defeat... No, that's not. So, North and South Sheshkarlan. Let's say Shesh for short. This is going to be murder on my tongue. How much do you know about the current situation, Ritona? About 10 years ago, the Union territories occupied South Shek, I think. That seems to be the layman's interpretation, but the truth is a little more complex. To be more precise, you could say they were voluntarily annexed. South Shek has always quite a lot of sympathizers with the Union. They have got to work on this translation. That's not me, that's just how it's written. So they broke off from the North long ago. And so the South simply allowed themselves to be annexed by the Union without any resistance. And since then, the North and South has been in conflict over the matters of religion. But 1 year ago, South Shek began employing a certain strategy. Ahem. What? Is he about to say something he shouldn't? A certain strategy? I'm guessing it is in line with current day terrorism. Well, what exactly it is, I'm not at liberty to say, but it basically destroyed the entire social structure of North Shek. This, of course, included the king and the royal family that should have succeeded to pass down, as well as the branch family. For example, in Rughzenhaide, it would be the Sernheides. The entire family, as well as any top brass in the military. Every single person who could have succeeded to pass down was completely wiped out. So somebody's just been going on a killing spree. Unbelievable. Shocking, isn't it? North Shek has been so stable. For them to fall like that is just unprecedented. But how exactly did that? The entire royal family and its descendants, as well as the backup branch family. That much I can sort of understand. But how did they manage to pinpoint and take out every single person with such accuracy? I can't even imagine. Sorry, I can't really tell you how they did it exactly. If I did, the Knights getting mad at me would be the least of my concerns. The rulers of every other country would probably have my head. Even so, wouldn't taking out all the top brass of a country cause it to collapse completely? How has North Shek managed to continue to exist after suffering an attack like that? Well, Shek has this thing called a designated survivor protocol. Designated survivor protocol? In Rughzenhaide, for example, let's say I ended up getting killed tomorrow. What do you think will happen? Well, of course, Princess Delphine will succeed to pass down through the Shrine of Memories, right? That's right. And let's say if Delphine dies, next would be Flora's sister, then Flora, then Anze. But what if all of those people died? Shesh planned for that and still protected to pass down. In the country, there are some people that only a few very carefully selected people know of, who are given the sole job of surviving. So it's designated survivor like we have in the United States. So they have a bloodline that lets them succeed to pass down, despite not being royalty? Is that even possible? Is it Ritona? No, I'm sure they're somehow related to the royalty. The natural line of logic is that perhaps they're royalty the natural line of logic is perhaps they are royalty who the public isn't allowed to know about. Well, that's just my theory anyway. And so that person is currently leading North Shek. Ritona, do you really not know? This is a pretty well talked about issue. Well, my apologies. I've just been so cooped up at home. That survivor, you see, is a year older than Selphine, a 10-year-old boy named Polo Torga. What? 10 years old? A boy that age is taking on the responsibility of leading a country as large as North Shek? King Polo is incredibly compatible with the Passed Down. He had only the guidance of the remaining knights in Shesht, and his shrine was under great distress. Yet he managed to succeed the Passed Down, and at an extraordinary speed. They say he'll finish breaking in after just 3 years. And Princess Selphie's will last 6 years. 3, you say? Amazing, isn't he? Even when Chef's Passed Down has already gone through 6 generations. Which means once he's hit 13 years, he'll have succeeded the memories and experiences of all of those predecessors. A 13-year-old boy like that, I just cannot imagine it. I just cannot imagine. My tongue is going crazy on me. Regardless, no matter how well the Passed Down is proceeding, their military strength has been crippled and needs to be shored up. King Polo must have realized this the moment he began to succeed the Passed Down. His current level of knowledge, experience, as well as power and charisma over the citizenry are far too limited. And so he requested urgent help from the Alliance. We accepted on the condition that he join the Alliance as a member. What? Didn't North Shek decline just a few decades ago? Well, now they don't exactly have a choice. If I recall, they denounced the secular mindset of the Alliance, and relations only got worse from there. The Union, in general, dislikes the culture of the Passed Down. As things stand, the Union will bury the history and culture that North Shek has worked so long to build up. There won't be a North or a South, just Sheshkarlan, a Union territory. Yes. If that's how things would end, then joining the Alliance would be the most desirable outcome. Is what they thought, I suppose. I see. It's a pretty complex issue. See, the Passed Down generally starts with the memories and experiences of the very first generation of rulers. The memories and experiences of the first leader, the one who actually builds a country, have a lot of force. Yet he sought help from the Alliance despite the strong will of the self-righteous leader from the several hundred years he just inherited. It couldn't have been an easy decision to make. It's a manifestation of the strength of King Polo's own conscious self. I'm sure he'll become an excellent king and lead North Shek to glory. Well, as long as he doesn't die. That seems to be a problem in his country right now. No. He wasn't afraid to ask for the help he needed, while having to bear the fate of a country on his shoulders. And in my eyes, he's already a fine king. He definitely has what it takes. Well, anyway. It's taken a while, but North Shek is now finally part of the Alliance. We need to pour all of our efforts into the restoration of North Shek. I understand the situation now, but why do you have to be there in person, Your Majesty? Are you worried about me? I certainly cannot turn a blind eye to it. Sugden Rudian. I'm gonna go with Rudian. Rudian, Vasarakad, and Kagard have already dispatched support missions. Rodru and Morkij have committed soldiers to be dispatched soon as well. But well, when you've got to handle an entire country, you need the right person to be on the site to take command. That's the conclusion we came to. Valsterak as king was also a candidate, but I had to have my way and wanted to go myself. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Your Majesty, it's time. Huh? Already? Sorry, Ritona, we went a little off topic there. Shall we get to the topic at hand? Oh, very well. Right, he didn't call me over just to bring me up to speed with the news. Honestly, it pains me to ask this of you. But while I'm gone, do you mind looking after Selphine for me? Huh? Millie's handling it all, more or less, but she'll be really busy soon. Oh, Miss Millie will be busy as well. We'll be announcing this tomorrow, but in a few days, the entire country will enter season sync. What? Season sync? Rughzenhaide is divided into 5 different sections, each with a different season. Manipulating the seasons in each section allows the entire country to avoid the downsides of seasonal effects. The fact that everything is always in season is also thanks to the system. See, I love winter, so that would just annoy the hell out of me. But in times of calamity or poor harvest, the sections can all be switched to the same season, a season sync. It's something I've only heard about. The Union placed an enviro lock on North Shesh some months ago, leaving them unable to grow enough food. So read the communique we received. In their current state, they can barely even begin restoration, let alone hold the front lines. And so we need to produce and send supplies ourselves as soon as possible. Which is why once we begin the season sync, Bland will be taking charge of preparing both food and medicine. Plus, I'd just like for the two of you to spend some more time together. I know I'm asking so much of you, but please, despite how she seems, Selphine isn't the type to open up to others very much. Won't you do me this favor? Asking something like this from me. Do I have to just come in every once in a while? I'll give you the schedule later. You just have to follow it. Oh, and if you really don't want to, then feel free to turn me down. I haven't told Selphine at all about this meeting. She's listening somewhere. I can almost promise you that. I haven't told Selphine at all about this meeting of ours today, so you don't have to worry about feeling awkward or anything. The way he's being so considerate, it's almost offensive. Basically, this is how it is. We're in a state of emergency right now, and we're just about to provoke a hornet's nest. And in the middle of all of that, I've been called by name to help with Selphine instead of playing around with glasswork. But he leaves me a means of escape. I recall the preparations needed for the fectal exam. I can see why they would authorize it. at a time like this. It's all a setup so that if I turn him down, then I'll look like the bad guy here. Is that his plan? My stomach wrenches. Just the realization makes me furious. Honestly. I want to say no, I really do. I'm practically being strong-armed into this. Fine. But I have no intention of defying you. There's no point in going against him. I'll let this pan out for a little while longer, just so I can see. Rainfoster, do you have any idea who you're talking to? It's fine, Anze. But just what this man is thinking. As both King Valla and Princess Selphine wish. Thank you. Such a brat. I swear, that girl. Such insolence to the king himself. She is really quite the peculiar girl. That sulking face of hers looks just like Ias's. That sulking face of hers looks just like Ias's. It's gotten me sentimental. Your Majesty, please be even a little upset here. In the older days, that kind of insolence would have them guillotined. That's true. We're a lot more easygoing nowadays. I suppose so. Wait, that's not what I'm talking about here. This isn't just a minor faux pas against an official. I can't hold it against Ritona for having a grudge against me. Why do you say that? No one could have predicted Sir Ias's death. It was purely out of our hands. Back then, the possibility never even crossed anyone's mind. And still, that's exactly what happened. But it should have been safe. We didn't mean for it to happen. You see, none of that matters. It's all excuses. The fact is, we lost lives. We forced the Guardian out of retirement and pressed him into work. On top of that, he lost his life while serving his country. And so, the country is responsible for that. Anze, you must understand how Ritona feels, having nowhere to direct her anger. See, that kind of takes a little bite out of it when it is that obvious that she's being rebellious, but I'll let it slide. The world is really an unreasonable, cruel place. To make it just a little more fair, a little easier to live in, humans created countries and laws. But still, it's impossible to have everything fully within your control. So it's unfair that someone holds a grudge against you regardless? Well, that's a rather cold way of putting it. I don't think that's a fair way to justify what we've done. But even then, let's say you're in the right here. Because of an order I gave, Ritona lost the most important person in her life. And we can't even tell her the truth of what happened because it's all confidential. It would be stranger still for her not to resent me. No matter how you look at the issue, the facts remain the same. There's another thing that bothers me. Did you really have to go out of your way to explain all that to Rainvasta? I think so. But she might forsake the position of guardian. If she does, she really will just become a common citizen. I don't think you'll have to discuss military affairs with her. In particular, did you have to mention the survivor protocol? And the death of all of the country's top personnel? It's just as good as saying craft of mass destruction exists. Oh, it's the Stonecraft from the beginning of the game. There's no other way to take out every last person in the top in one clean sweep. If this information finds its way into the public, Ante, you know. Yes? I'm a terrible person, you know. Sorry? The story conclusion has already been decided from the onset. Huh? What do you mean? Well, what will happen, is all I'm saying. All that we can do is to place what we think are the right pieces in what we think are the right places. I'm pretty sure this is him predicting the events of the first two games. That's a nice touch. I mean, I like the complexity of the issue. Clearly, she's ticked off just to be ticked off. He may well be manipulating her, but I mean, like the king said, she is justified in it, and that's kind of what I like about her position right now. Her anger and her hatred are kind of justified. So we'll see where it goes from here. Leave a like if you have enjoyed the video so far. And, well, so far we're at the end. But leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't to the channel. And we will be back very soon with the next part. See you then.